President Lincoln. Thank you for joining us for the Selling Power interview.
Well, Gerhard, it's an honor to be interviewed by you. I've read your interview with Donald Trump. You did a great job capturing his knack for showmanship and salesmanship.
What do you believe makes a successful life?
A successful life is one where a person acts in service of others while staying true to their principles. Success isn't measured by wealth or power, but by the difference you make in others' lives. If you can leave the world better than you found it and live with a clear conscience, you've succeeded.
Your contribution to the Constitution is celebrated worldwide. How do you see it?
My primary contribution was the Emancipation Proclamation and paving the way for the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery. While the proclamation was a war measure, the amendment enshrined freedom into law, ensuring it could not be taken away. I believe deeply that the Constitution must reflect the moral fabric of a nation, and equality is its cornerstone.
Could you have ever imagined that one day in the future, America would have a black president?
I was just as surprised as my friends when I learned that Barack Obama was elected. It felt good that he used my personal Bible when he was sworn in. He did well as president, but he didn't make it to Mount Rushmore.
I got a quick trivia question. What other president used the Lincoln Bible during the swearing-in ceremony?
Donald Trump.
Wow, I'm impressed. You know a lot.
I read a lot, since you know Donald Trump could relay a message to him that I don't wish to ask directly. He seems to love selling Bibles. Please tell him not to sell the Lincoln Bible. That should stay in the Library of Congress.
I'd be happy to send him an email. Speaking about selling, what do you think are the best qualities of a good salesperson?
A good salesman is honest, empathetic, and understands the needs of the customer. People don't buy products, they buy solutions to their problems. If you truly believe in what you're offering and can communicate its value, you're halfway there.
Mr. President, I'd like to get your views on leadership. What makes a good leader?
A good leader has empathy, resilience, and a vision for the greater good. They listen more than they speak, learn from mistakes, and lead by example. A leader must also make hard decisions without letting ego or anger guide their judgment.
Could you please share a story where you have sold something at a profit?
When I was young, I worked as a storekeeper. One day, I accidentally overcharged a customer by 6 cents. I could have pocketed the money, but instead I walked several miles to return it. Though it wasn't a profit in the traditional sense, it earned me something far more valuable: trust. That trust brought customers back, and the business thrived.
That's why they call you Honest Abe. Can you give us a definition of honesty?
Honesty is aligning your words and actions with truth, even when it's inconvenient or unpopular. I was often called Honest Abe, not because I was perfect, but because I strove to tell the truth and deal fairly with others, whether in law, politics, or everyday life.
Can we shift gears? What was the happiest moment in your life?
The birth of my children brought immense joy, but I'd say the happiest moment was when I saw the Union preserved. The war tested my spirit in ways I never imagined, but knowing the nation would endure as one was a moment of deep satisfaction.
Could you share one insight that you gained as you got older that could have served you when you were younger?
I learned the power of patience. As a young man, I was quick to anger and judgment. Over time, I realized that waiting, listening, and understanding often yield better results than rushing or reacting.
Could you share a story from your campaign trail where you got the audience to laugh?
Of course. Once, during a debate, a man accused me of being two-faced. I replied, "If I had another face, do you think I'd wear this one?" It brought the house down. Humor, you see, can disarm even the harshest critic.
During your presidency, who were the world leaders that you looked up to?
I admired George Washington for his steadfastness and Thomas Jefferson for his intellect. Beyond our shores, I respected William Wilberforce, who championed the abolition of slavery in Britain. His courage inspired me in my own fight for freedom.
I know that you enjoyed reading. What Greek philosopher inspired you the most?
Without hesitation, Socrates. His relentless pursuit of truth and his method of questioning to uncover deeper understanding resonate deeply with me. Socrates believed that wisdom begins with acknowledging one's ignorance, a principle I've often reflected on when making decisions. His courage in defending his principles, even when it cost him his life, reminds me of the importance of integrity. Socrates showed that moral conviction, even in the face of opposition, is the foundation of a meaningful life. I've drawn on his example many times, particularly during the darkest days of the Civil War.
This may be a sensitive question, but how did you feel about getting shot?
It happened so quickly, I scarcely felt anything. What I recall most vividly is a profound sense of peace. My life's work was complete, and I believed I was leaving the nation in a better state than I found it. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years.
Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and insights with us, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Gerhard.